And I want to talk to Doug Heye now. He is joining us from Washington, Communications Director for the Republican National Committee. Doug, thanks for being with us.
Sure. Good evening or good morning, whichever the case may be.
Early hours, and it's great to have you here. Now, when I was reviewing, and I want our viewers to know about the Fox News national exit polls, they're very telling. And what they say is that across this country, people are dissatisfied, many even angry. And apparently, they've had their say tonight. What is your feeling about the results that you've learned so far? What is the plan for Republicans?
Well, obviously, we're excited and we're happy with what the results are. But certainly, I would echo what Speaker Boehner said. This is not something that's massive celebration or popping of champagne corks or anything like that. And this isn't the end of the campaign. This isn't really where the sidewalk ends, so to speak. It's the beginning of something. And you'll see Republicans really try and put legislation together that will, as we've seen from the Pledge to America that the House Republicans put together in this summer, that really puts jobs first and puts job creation first, puts a roadmap together for this country to get back to where it needs to. And we certainly hope that the president will step forward and be a part of that. Because we need that to move forward for this country.
Doug, nearly half of the states in this country have filed legal recourse against Obamacare, and health care is an important issue for many people. How do you think it played in them turning out to vote, in also voting? Because in this exit poll that we have here provided from Fox News, almost half of voters today, 48%, said repeal it, while 31% said expand it. Just 16% said leave it as it is. What will Republicans do about it?
Well, Republicans will seek to repeal the bill and then replace it. I don't think you've ever heard Republicans say that every provision in the bill was bad. There are provisions that were supported, and those are provisions for example, crossing state lines or pre-existing conditions that we need in place, and Republicans will support that. But where the bill represented an encroachment into people's daily lives, that's where Republicans will draw a line and say no, and work to repeal that and replace that. Republicans also will try and do things differently. One of the things that we saw throughout the health care process, whether it was in town halls, where Democrats didn't want to listen to their constituents, or whether it was in the halls of Congress where, to quote the old Charlie Rich song, legislation was quoted from behind closed doors, where Republicans were shut out. Republicans are going to put a lot of sunlight in it so that we know what's going on. You won't hear a Speaker Boehner saying that we have to pass a bill so that we know what's in it. And you'll see Republicans try and reach consensus. I would say very quickly that the best example of that, I think, is my old boss, Senator Richard Burr from North Carolina, who was elected handily tonight. In this campaign, his opponent from 2004 said nothing but great things about him, said that nobody worked harder or smarter for North Carolina than Richard Burr did. That's the kind of bipartisan consensus I think voters really want to see, and really what we need to move forward.
And Doug, let me ask you something about what voters seem to want to see, and that's what we were promised when President Obama was campaigning: bipartisanship. In fact, the Democratic National Committee Chair, Tim Kaine, says tonight is a wake-up call, and he's calling for bipartisanship. Is there anything that Republicans can do to move closer to being able to come to some decisions together, to get this White House as well to listen to some of the ideas that you want to put forward?
Well, we've already been doing that. The Pledge for America, Pledge to America, excuse me, is an example of that. We tried to meet with Democrats repeatedly on health care. We put a economic plan literally into the hands of the president.
So do you expect greater cooperation, Doug, at this point? After tonight, do you think you'll get it?
Well, we certainly hope so. I know, as you've reported, the president has spoken to Senator McConnell and Speaker-elect, which is just a great thing to say, John Boehner. And we really hope that that's there, because that's a message that voters sent loud and clear tonight. One other thing that I have to say that voters sent loud and clear, after 2008, the Republican Party was defined as a Southern white male party. When you take Allen West, Tim Scott, Nikki Haley, Susana Martinez, Bill Flores, that myth is now smashed. We are a diverse party. We're not just a white Southern male party. We're a party that represents all of America, and that's a good thing, and that's something we'll continue to do.
Doug, hi. Great to see you. Thank you very much for joining us.
Always, Jamie. Good to be in the wee small hours with you.